What's up guys, this is Dan with Next Level. Today you guys, we're talking about my 155 lightweight sled build for the season, and we're actually going to just go over the snowmobile, but we're going to talk about the benefits to having a lightweight sled. Let's get into it. Alright, so first off, this is an 850 155 2.6 with a belt drive. So started its life, stock machine, 155. What we've done to it, guys, to really lighten up, so the biggest benefits to it that actually took away weight on the snowmobile, went with the helium hood. That takes away a little bit of weight. You lose your headlight. Heck, just bring a light or a headlamp with you. That sheds some weight out of the front end of the snowmobile. We also went with the SLP comp can. You'll lose nearly 10 pounds from the stock exhaust. That pulls some weight from there. We also went with the Zollinger Kit. It's actually a rotating mass kit, so lightweight flywheel cup, your brake rotor, things like that. That really, guys, because this is rotating mass, once you ride the sled, more importantly of what the scale says, that's really what gives it the front end, especially that real lightweight feel. We have also gone ahead and done Carl's Cycle 900. So we added a bunch more power, keeping it a naturally aspirated machine. But once again, we didn't put a bunch of weight on it to add horsepower, keeping that weight relatively the same. The other thing about the front end, we did Kurt's Gear Down Kit. Kurt's Gear Down Kit, it takes our ratio of our gearing from a 2.23 to a 2.37, almost 8. And really what that translates into, guys, is same top speed, we just get there quicker. And that, combined with both his and Carl's Cycle clutching, has just made this 850 such an unbelievably torquey little power plant. It's been really, really good, very reliable, and very fun for the environment that we're in. Staying up front, guys, obviously got the Arctic FX wrap, the Alpine, the Adams edition. A lot of fun with these, a lot of different colorways, and we really appreciate Arctic FX for all their help. The front end, guys, we've got the Barant Edition shocks, as well as the Barant Edition free flow front end. This sort of caster forward, it is a rider forward type position. It does change the geometry just enough. It actually makes the steering effort that much less, which is hard to believe from a stock React front end, which is already unbelievable. We've just taken that and made it even easier, which is kind of the whole point to building a lightweight sled, is making a snowmobile that is very easy to ride. You got your carbon tie rod ends, QS3 suspension. We've got some Next Level bumpers that we've done some trick stuff with the polished bash plate. And moving back onto the snowmobile, guys, the Polaris black handlebars, which are the low handlebars. We've got the Sled Solutions, my favorite bag of all time, the QL bag. You guys, this quick releases off. You have your front storage plus your rear. Always have a tether. We've got some starting line products on the sled with our venting. We have a primary vent here, and a vent that I kind of call the chimney vent. We're trying to escape all of those hot air, all that hot air inside the motor and up and out of the snowmobile, keeping our belt life nice and, well, keeping belt life. We move back on the snowmobile, guys. We have changed out the stock running boards for the tri-lights. I've added some extra traction screws just for my liking. But really what's happening here is, as snow is kind of working its way down the tunnel, it's hitting here, and you can see just by, we've got a little bit of snow falling now, just no snow stiction to that inside because of that tapered or that beveled edge, which is really nice. So traction to a mountain rider, I've said it in previous videos, is ultra important. So that's a really cool, I would say, confidence builder, as well as just a neat thing about the tri-light running boards. The seat in the tank, by far, midship of the snowmobile, is the best and probably the easiest to feel, especially as a small rider like me. We're taking away 3 gallons of fuel, which so many of you are like thinking, well, I'm going to just put that much less fuel in a stock tank. Remember that fuel still has to go somewhere, so it's sloshing around, and you actually really feel that. Whereas having the small tank, this is why the hill climbers were using it. This is a Cole Wilford sort of signature tank, followed by the Barant frameless seat. Guys, the whole package, quite a bit lighter. You're pulling upwards of 20 pounds right away out of the midship of the snowmobile. So that's a pretty unreal weight loss, and I would say bang for the buck for 1,500 bucks, somewhere in there. That's probably the best thing that you could do to your sled to immediately feel, you know, that weight going away from the snowmobile. Got some Next Level storage in the back, Next Level rear bumper, And then new and something that we got from Chris was cutting the tunnels down. I know a lot of you Skidoo fans, experts, and that's the thing, is that are we building a Skidoo? You guys, all we're really trying to do here is we are getting rid of the wheelie bar. You're actually making the snowmobile that much quicker in the trees. What I've noticed immediately about this, being a lightweight package and having this shortened tunnel, is my ability to make these quick direction changes. So you're riding in the trees and you want to turn and go up. Now I'm doing it where when I first got on the sled with the cut tunnel, man, it was ahead of me. It was so responsive and so quick because we don't have that drag of that excess tunnel and snow flat back there. Now we've shortened that. We've got more traction right where you need it. Ends up being a really, really cool package. So as we talk about weight loss of the snowmobile, and we talked about the seat and tank being sort of that utmost, like this is where you can lose a ton of weight. I say it all the time, like the first 10 pounds off a snowmobile, you can get done for about $1,000, a little under that. And then the second 10 pounds, that's going to be thousands of dollars. So where you put your money, you know, this is pretty important. Where I invested money into is going with the Nextech Carbon Skid. You guys, the skid frame itself, this is sort of the first of its kind. Nextech has developed a skid, but now, instead of just using titanium front and rear control arms, they have developed a way that they have now got carbon control arms, both front and rear. Pretty amazing, sort of a work of art, and kind of revolutionized the skid frame in my opinion. And we lost a total of 10 pounds. So using titanium bolts to hold it together, we've got titanium sleeves that run through the top that mount it to your drop bracket as well as your front, up to the front tunnel there. But an unbelievable skid frame has definitely changed the handling of the snowmobile. And something that is kind of neat about carbon is its ability to flex. So the snowmobile, you can feel it as you're going over rough terrain, that the snowmobile has a little bit of give to it, which so far has been unbelievable in terms of its control. What I notice immediately once I'm riding it is just how I'm using so little energy to get done what I would be on a normal snowmobile. So I'll get to the top of something and I'm sitting there on this like 50-degree slope and I'm there and I'm not winded and I'm just like, wow, this is crazy that I'm up here and I'm not breathing hard. And then to see others kind of come up next to me and they are breathing hard, it just lets me know that a lightweight snowmobile built with some specific parts and put these parts in the right places, sled has just been an awesome, awesome way to go. So all in all, shenanigans for my style of riding and being a smaller guy, I'm 5'8", about 165 pounds. Building a sled that is lightweight, something that I can control easier. I'm also not getting any younger. I'm 43 years old. I've been doing this a long time. I am all about making a snowmobile that it's going to react quickly. So as I am making these moves in the backcountry, it's right there and it's doing these things just at a nanosecond. And building something lightweight that I can control, and I can do this throughout my day. And as I fatigue, I have this lightweight sled that is working with me, and that's really, really important. It's not just about, you know, how cool it looks or what the dry weight of it is. You know, all of those things, I mean, it's neat to look at those numbers, but to me, at the end of the day, I'm trying to make snowmobiling easier, and that's what Shenanigans has done for me. So humongous thank you to all the sponsors and everybody that sort of took a chance and continues to build this stuff that is really sort of outside thinking to make snowmobiling easier. You guys, thanks so much for watching. Remember, leave those questions and comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Questions and comments that I'll get onto this one. You guys ask away. Ask about the skid. Ask about the front end. Ask to all the tweaks to the ergonomics that we make to these sleds just to make them fit me and my style of riding. So ask those questions. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time.